Om Shanti. Finish the seed of impurity and become completely clean, pure. True Brahmin. When there is no trace of impurity in your thoughts or dreams, you will then be said to be a true Brahmin. For this dharna, it is said, you must not renounce your religion, even if you have to die. Those who have such courage and determined faith will never step back from any situation, but will happily have renunciation, toleration, and be able to face anything and remain courageous. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avik Parivar. Today is day 12. Finish the seed of impurity and become completely clean, pure. Today's topic, True Brahman. Dadi Prakashmani Ji's specialities shared by Dadi Janki Ji. 12. Hobby of accumulating the treasure of blessings. Today, Baba said, how long are you going to stay in peace? Because you are karma yogis. By being yog-yukt, when others see the actions you perform, they will follow you and you will receive blessings. Let my actions be such that everyone gives me blessings. Have the hobby of accumulating the treasure of blessings. We have received the treasure of knowledge. So let's use virtues, become virtuous, not see anyone's weaknesses or keep them in your heart. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi ji.
Om Shanti. In the Lokik world, people think that impurity is natural. Vices are natural, right? If you don't get angry, then how will people listen to you? If you don't have attachment, how can you have good relationship? If you don't have greed, then how will you do business, For every vice they feel is necessary, right? That there should be. But when we come to Baba, then Baba says, no, children, you have to be pure. So whether it is form of desires or physical relationship, but we know that, but then if they not convinced, then what about golden age? How will there be, if children have to be born, how will that happen? Like their mind doesn't accept easily. But those who belong to Baba, and Baba says, are belong to the deity family, as soon as we heard about purity, we were touched and we accepted. Do you all have same experience? Yeah? Can I see hands? Everyone loved purity? Yeah? As soon as we heard the yes, yes, Baba, that's what we want. And it had been very, very natural for us because we know that when there's spiritual love, there's no attachment. When we belong to Baba, how we are successful in everything. So that is why our birthright is purity, then peace. This all restlessness, violence, anger is all because of impurity. So purity is peace and purity is happiness and prosperity also. So the true Brahmins at Confluence Age, when people go to Madhuban or come here anywhere, Baba's homes, they say, oh, so peaceful, it's so peaceful. Nobody said it's so pure, right? But what they experience is peace. But one time I asked, why you think there is peace? Then I explained them it's because of purity, our love for each other, our respect for each other. There is really a kind of true bond amongst ourselves. Right? It's not just externally, but internally we have love. And you just feel that, oh, it's one family. I know that I feel so happy. We have such a big, unlimited family. Brothers, sisters. We don't want uncles, aunties, right? Brother, sister is okay. In Lokik, we have so many. Sometimes people tell me, niece of that and nephew of that. And I say, but I don't understand. Because for us, we are just one family. We are brothers and sisters. Right? Prakashmani Dadi's childhood is unique, right? But many of us, I think we were different. How many of you had hobby of going to cinema? Hobby of going to cinema. Mataji also. Mataji. Wow, that's interesting. How many of you like to do fashion? Many of you, right? But Dari says she never gone to cinema. She only will go with her mother to temples, right? I think that it's the company, it's the social uh, kind of environment that we do these things. But I also feel that I was not like, why you go and see all those things? There is enough of real drama, right? We have enough of real drama. Why need to see a drama, right? Everything happens, if you watch drama of the world. Not only that, but there is impurity. I like, we had a project called Images and Voices, has lot impact on the mind. If you have seen something, someone, actually you never forget. Same is what you have heard. There was one sister recently, she was very much, it's like going in depression. I said, well, what happened? She said, my father used to say that you are not a brilliant girl. And now she is a very qualified, very good status. But she remembered what her father said. I said, but after 60 years, she still remembers. So that is why not to see anything, watching television, going to cinema. Actually, all this, as Dadi said, are not really good qualities, good qualifications. So, true Brahmin means all following all the maryadas. So, Baba says that when there is no trace of impurity in your thoughts or in your dreams, then you will, Baba says, then be said to be a true Brahmin. Baba says, for so Baba says that you must not renounce your religion even if you have to die. That means sometimes the sacrifice is important. Those who have such a courage and determined faith will never step back from any situation. There will be many things happening, but Baba says, so basically what Baba is actually saying that have determination, whatever happens, whatever situation is there, but you will face that situation. And Baba says you will remain courageous. You won't lose courage. Don't lose hope also. Sometimes we have to be also careful because if one family member, one Brahmin does anything, actions has lot impact on others also. So we have to do actions which inspire others also. Not do anything and they say, but so and so do it, why can't I do it? No. You should always say, look at this one, she never does it, so why should I? When I came in Gyan, I knew about everything, and so I had very big Lokik family. I will call when it's necessary. I will go maybe once in a year. When I kept such maryadas, or I never sit and just talk to anyone, keep talking. No, it's all right. You talk, you chat, but there has to be some maryadas for everything. So everyone think about I have to be a true Brahmin so that my every word and action is followed in a proper way. Otherwise, we become like one is to inspire, become example, other is people do point out, right? So we shouldn't do anything by which others also, okay, if this one does, why can't I? Don't know. But it should be other way around. We inspire others. How much this one does it, I can also do it. Right? There is always choice, right, in life to get blessings and to that everyone looks at me with that respect and I could maintain my self-respect. This is very, very important for Brahmin life. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Didi.
Om Shanti, Dr. Ben.
I'm a little surprised that I'm sitting here with you like this. Boom came up to me and said that Shireen was traveling and did I want to have
I
chit?
think you have to speak in my.
So when Bhumi asked me just now if I wanted to have chit chat, because Shireen was traveling, and at first I said, oh no, I don't think so. And then I was thinking, I sat with it, and I was thinking I like to sit up here in the front row because I love the vibrations of you. And that's why I always make my way there. And then I thought, well, this is even better. But I hope I can think of things to say or ask. And then I thought, well, we'll just let Baba conduct this conversation. But I had one thought, and I liked what you said about how we were just attracted by the purity of coming to Baba. I don't know what attracted me. It was like a magnet. I just started coming in Tampa, and I never stopped. But I always thought it was truth, and purity was a new thing for me coming from the West. And maybe it was unconscious purity, but there was something that was attracting me to be a Brahma Kumari. What do you?
The BK style of food and clothing, and yeah, because you had business. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. It just happened so fast.
She had business of jeans. So what she used to wear.
I know when you asked that about fashion, I said, well, I wonder if she thinks jeans are fashion because they kind of were, you know, especially.
You wore jeans.
Yes, until I became a Brahma Kumari.
Just to imagine how you look in there.
Some of my Nivasis that I'm.
You have any photograph of your?
No, I don't let them photograph me. But when I have to go for physical therapy, I do have a pair of jeans. I just feel so comfortable in them after wearing them for so many decades.
As soon as she wore sari, She just loves sari.
I put the sari on and I never took it off.
Otherwise, many Western body souls take time to adopt to sari especially. But you always...
1 month. 1 month I was in a sari. Denise sent me her sari. You know, so...
What else did you like?
Well, you know,
One thing when temple service began, I had gone. She's very good in taking care of everyone. So she should be into caring, care and well-being of Brahmin.
I am sort of on the care and well-being. I'd like to be more...
Whenever you need anything, you go to her.
You all come, room 10. No, it's room 34. Whatever I have, I will share. So, but I do have a question for you. A soul came to me this morning and said she was having a really difficult time. She was having a real difficult time with Amrit Vela. And we talked a little bit, and then I was just touched to say to her, well, I'll meet you tomorrow at a certain place. We made a place. I don't want anyone else to come, so I'm not going to tell what that is. And we'll meet at 4:00. And then I started thinking, well, what am I going to tell her and what are we going to do? And here I am now having this conversation with you. What would you tell this soul? What would you do with this soul?
I think it depends, sometimes if she can read little bit morely before sitting in Amrit Vela and then contemplate, and because sometimes, as I said, most of the people think yoga means connection, and just you can contemplate knowledge. Baba said this, Baba is explaining this, so your intellect is connecting with Baba. I think we have to make things simple for them, maybe. That could help them to sit properly in Amrit Vela. But also these days, I think, we don't sit in the gathering because that helps a lot to the vibrations and the atmosphere of the gathering. Or sit in Baba's room, So I think that what we could also do whenever we have only Baba's children, to have 1 or 2 sessions on Amrit Vela, explain more about different methods, how to do it. That could help also.
Right.
Not only one soul. I think there might be many.
Many.
Some speak out, some don't. So maybe we should also include, Amrit Vela importance. Like in Call of Time, during Dadi Janki's time in London, Dadi always encouraged them to come at 4. And here also we announce, and a lot of them come. Because it's very quiet, it's peaceful, and So I think that we could help the souls, inspire them.
Okay, thank you. When Dadi Prakashmani was sharing her history, she was saying that her mother never scolded her. They never hit her or reprimanded her. And I was thinking, my mother never slapped me, never reprimanded me. There was just one time where she was a little bit aggressive.
What wrong you did?
Well, I was just a kid. I was in elementary school, and I was playing Queen. Must have been from a previous birth, obviously. I was the queen. My younger sister, she was my whatever, servant, slave. And I sometimes have a funny bone. I had say something or do something funny. And I had her bow down to me. And I took an egg and I threw it at her.
Oh,
I know that wasn't nice,
that
but
was not nice.
yeah. And it hit her on the head. And so my mom came in, and I was hiding in the bathroom, locked in the bathroom, because I was so scared, because I had never seen my mom angry or angry at me. She would get angry at my brothers. They were always mischievous. And she came in, she said, if you don't open that door, you're going to really be sorry. And then I was so scared. I opened the door, and she took several eggs. Yeah, she was aggressive. And she put them all in my hair and scrunched them all around.
Don't tell more though. That's enough punishment.
It was the biggest punishment. Yeah.
No, but when you're saying funny way, are you making some changes or are you comfortable with that?
No, I'm always trying to make changes as I move along. And one of the changes that I'm making is this drill Bubba gave us 3-4 weeks ago about serving the souls in the world. That do you hear the cries, the sorrow? That has always touched my heart. And I said, yes, Bubba, I do hear, I do feel. So I've been doing that, and I've taken a lot of benefit from it throughout the day. Whenever I can think about serving those souls, I serve them. And I've just taken so much energy from Baba for doing that. And it's actually helped my yoga, my remembrance.
One thing I noticed with Baba's children, that whatever was their job or position, they bring those kinds of sanskars. You know, like if you had business, then business sanskars are there. Anyone does whatever. So when we come to Baba, then we have to just say, no, I am not here for that. You know, I am not.
Right.
Or let's say you are in the store, you are the boss. So as a boss, you say, do this, which you cannot do it here, right? You say, would you like to do it? Can you do it, right? So we have to change.
Okay.
So, but many carry that for quite a while.
Have you heard any complaints about me?
I mean, you are much better now.
It's good. I'm going to even become much, much better. I like, criticism that would correct me, not just to criticize, but to improve.
I know you have a lot of tolerance. So anyway, we are glad that you share with us. And,
I want to share something else. When you used to come to Tampa, it was such a wonderful time in my history. She would come, and Tampa Center would light up. My heart would light up, and where you stayed would light up. But one of the things that Didi taught me is to raz.
Is?
To raz, do raz. Do you remember? You said you would ta-ta-ta-ta. Slow raz. It's this, right? This is what you did. Do you,
Ras.
you remember?
I do remember that we cooked together, and she used to take care of all my shopping too. So she will take me to the mall, take whatever you need. So she was like big sister. And true, because if she has business, she has money. Right? I just have treasure of knowledge. So she really took care. But I think, yes, you are a very, very charitable, lovable soul.
But you were the one who was really taking care of me.
Yeah.
That's
how we do know. Whatever I have, what you have, we offer to each other. Okay.
How did I come in knowledge?
And which year?
Which year?
And how did you come in knowledge?
It was in the beginning of 86.
86.
86. Before you were born, probably.
No, I was very little.
Well, I had searched, Eastern philosophies for a long time, Rajneesh and Yogananda and many of them. And I was always intrigued by it. And on my way from work to where I lived, which was the lighthouse, you named it the lighthouse, I saw this little museum. And I thought it was actually a tourist trap. But then one day when I was going by it, I saw it said Raja Yoga Educational Foundation on the very bottom of the sign. And so I stopped there. And there was one car there, that's all. They weren't open yet. It wasn't open yet. And I stopped, and it was locked. And Sandy came to the door, and she went like this. And I didn't know that Rick was behind her somewhere. And Rick was saying, let her in, let her in. And Sandy was saying, no, no. This is what I found out a few years ago only. Yeah, you asked for the story, Boomy. And so anyway, Sandy let me in, and I just wanted the tour, but Rick took 2 hours and gave me the whole course. And I swallowed it all. And I was going on vacation at that time with my sister and her family. And I took all my books, and that's all I did on our vacation. And so there was, like I said earlier, this magnet that pulled me to Baba.
Okay, very
Thank
good.
you so much
Thank you
for letting me come up here in this illustrious place.
Thank you. That was good. Thank you for sharing. Om Shanti.
I get up.